Welcome to the Cerritos meeting for May 7th, 2026. And shall we start with the Pledge of Allegiance? Everybody please stand. Hand over your heart. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Okay, roll call.
Commissioner De Leon,
Here?
Commissioner Iglesias,
Here.
Vice Chair Patnaik,
Here.
Chair Prado.
Here.
Item number 4 is the commission reorganization. It is appropriate at this meeting for the Parks and Recreation Commission to reorganize and select a new chairperson and vice chairperson. So at this time, I'd like to declare the position of chairperson and vice chairperson vacant and now call for nominations for chairperson.
I'd like to nominate Pat Patnaik for the chair.
I'll second.
Any other nominations? Great. Seeing none, we can go to a vote. And you can, electronic voting is activated on your screens. Great. Motion passes 4-0. Congratulations.
Thank you.
As the newly designated chairperson, it is appropriate for you to go ahead and call for nominations for vice chair.
Well, I would like to nominate Jose Iglesias for the position of vice chair.
I'll second.
Any other nominations? Electronic voting is activated on your screens. And motion passes 4-0. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And if I can now,
You come here. You can leave that there because it's all the same. Oh, well, he took everything, so I'm taking this at least.
Okay.
Can you give this to Pat? I got it.
Okay. First of all, thank you for bestowing the confidence in me, for making me the chair of this Parks and Recreation Commission. And I would like to, first of all, offer my accolades to Elena. She has done a wonderful job. I see her everywhere. In fact, I think that I'm the first one to be at an event, but there she is. So, congratulations for a very well job done. And also, Jose, congratulations for being the vice chair. I know, Kathy, you'll be next, okay? So, again, we'll go to the next item on the agenda, which is, let's see, what is that? Okay, why is it not coming on the screen here? Yeah, it's not coming up. Okay. There's a little issue with the IT, but in the meantime, we'll just take a short recess for about 4 to 5 minutes. Okay, thank you. Just thank you. I think now we are back finally. But once again, big thank you. I think nobody appreciates all the great work and the effort that the IT people do. And I would like to acknowledge their timely intervention. If something goes wrong, they are always there. They are always on time. Thank you very much, IT people there in the back room. The next item is item number 5, which is the presentations. Do we have anything, Mr. Patel?
Thank you, Chairperson Patnaik. We do not have any presentations this evening.
Okay. Well, thank you. Item number 6 is public comments and suggestions. I would like to open it for any public comments to be made that are not listed on the agenda. Verbal comments may be limited to just 3 minutes per speaker. And if there are any speakers, can you please come to the podium? Let's see here. Oh, the first speaker we have is Mr. David Pullman.
David Pyleman, 7842 Sun Valley Way, a 51-year resident of the community. Most of you have probably heard me speak before, either before this commission or before the council, but I just want to comment about in 2018, I had fully retired from other activities and decided that one of the things that I would do would be starting interacting with the City Council, the Property Preservation Commission, and this commission. And so I was a regular attendee for several years, speaking before this commission. Let me just not give a long introduction, but I feel that I have some strengths in speaking before this commission. My bachelor's degree is in recreation. I spent 50 years in college athletics. Many of those years I was also involved in high school athletics. Been a parent many years ago, was a parent of a child who participated significantly in the recreation programs. So on that basis, I started to make some appearances. The last council meeting, I commented about that shortly after I had started appearing before these different commissions in the council, I had identified 4 individuals that I felt should not really be employed by the city. And all 4 of those people are currently gone. So I am, again, pleased to be able to address this commission. I had a conversation with two council members, and they have some desire in making some changes in their appointments, not immediately, but in the longer term. This is not a slight of any current people that are sitting on any commissions, but there is some indication that they would be more preferential to appointing people that have some expertise in the area of the different commissions. And so that may occur here and somewhere down the line. So this leads into one of the things that I've spoken about before, that I would like to see an expansion of the duties of the commissions. For example, I spoke last night at the Planning Commission, and I indicated one area where there had been some interest in one of the commissioners of speaking on having a certain subject. Mr. Patnick, I hope you'll extend some time to me. One of the issues
You have
that
just
might,
30 seconds, so we'll give you another minute if that is okay with you.
that indicated issues that might come before that commission, and so they are going to make a proposal to the council that they be allowed to expand some of their duties. That might be an appropriate thing to do here in this commission, is look at expanding some of your duties, or obligations, or suggestions. So I'm hopefully that that might come to fruition. So that's all I have to say on this item. I will be speaking again in a few minutes. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Palman. The next speaker we have is Mr. Hessin Chow. Hope I pronounced your name correctly.
With a silent H.
Okay.
Thank you very much, commissioners, and nice to meet you guys. I'm a Cerritos resident for 48 years, and since I was a teenager, I've been in Cerritos, and seen the park being improved all the time. And I have 3 requests from commissioners as a pickleball player. What I have observed and what my friends who are playing pickleball have said to me as well. And first thing is that at the Liberty Park and the Cerritos Park East, we have those 4 converted, and the other one's 8 converted pickleball courts that are being locked with a chain link and padlock. And what that does is that the staff have to come and open it. And right now, the Park and Recreation have extended it all from 7:30 to 8 o'clock, which is very, very nice. But when it comes to summer, the effective use of the court, because it's under hot sun and everything, is really from maybe 7 to 9, and then maybe 6 to 8. So I'm hoping and requesting that maybe the park, from what I heard, is that we're afraid that people are going to steal our net. There are a lot of these semi-pro grades, semi-permanent nets in other cities, and they don't lock their gate. They're not worried about people stealing it. If that is a concern, I would request that the lock be put on the net itself, because it's just as easy for a thief to cut a padlock off the gate, or go inside and cut it from the nets. Where if you chain the 2 nets together, will serve the same purpose. But at least that will allow the gate to be open at any given time, just like the tennis courts, and allow longer playing hour. Also, less strain on the staff. They don't have to come and open up the doors. So that's my first request. The second request is that right now we have Liberty Park. There's 6 courts with 4 tennis courts and 2 converted pickleball courts. During the weekend, I go there. I see on the pickleball courts, there's 40 people playing there. Guess how many is on the tennis courts? 8 people. 8 people in 2 courts. And at the CPE, there's 6 people on 2 courts playing tennis, while there's over 22 plus people on 4 courts waiting to play pickleball. And at Don Kanabe, which I don't think is under you guys' jurisdiction, this is even worse. They have 12 tennis courts on Saturday and Sunday, and on Sunday there's only 2 people playing at night, with 10 people on 12 tennis courts. But the 2 converted tennis courts that they converted into 10 pickleball courts, there's over 50 people on both days. So you can see the demand.
Your time is running out.
Can I get 1 more minute?
Okay, one more minute.
So I would highly recommend My second request basically is that see if we can convert one of the tennis court at the CP and at the Liberty Park by just drawing the lines. Don't put up the net. There are cities in La Mirada, La Mirada and La Palma, and also Cypress College. They have courts that just draw the line. You want to play? Bring your net. Then this way, we don't even have to worry about locking up people stealing city property. Bring your own net. It takes us 5 minutes to set up the net. And that would allow more people to be able to use these courts, okay? And the third request is basically probably a harder one. It's there were 3 pickleball courts inside the track of Liberty Park, and there is no blockade of the ball going into the track or out onto the grass area. It would be nice if the city can build maybe a little bench, kind of acting as a fence for people to sit on. There's no chair, there's nothing there except for just the lawn. To build
Mr. Chow, your time is running out.
Okay, so that's my third request, to build a little blockade of a bench. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, we have the next speaker, Mr. Teddy Lloyd.
Thank you so much, and congratulations to our new chairman, Mr. Pat. And tonight, you probably have heard Shin mention about it. And then ever since I came to the city of Cerritos in both the Parks and Recreation Commission and in the city council multiple times, and talking about the fastest growing sport of pickleball. But tonight, I just want to mention and show something, no pictures, but it's that other cities are catching up. Last night, I went to the city of Orange. City of Orange just created 10 pickleball courts. I call it created from dirt, meaning they just built them. And then had a grand opening event last night. I went there, and you should see how many people showed up. And then the city of Orange even advertises saying they are now creating more for the fastest growing sport. And that tells me it is growing so much, and other cities are catching up with our city of Cerritos. I always favor our own city of Cerritos. I mean, we were the first city to start having pickleball, and then at Liberty Park in the middle of the jogging track, that was almost 10 years ago. Now, other cities, I can name a whole bunch of them. City of Irvine started building, and then I was there when they opened up 8 brand new courts. They built them in one of the parks called Michael Ward Park. And then now you start seeing our nearby city, city of Cypress, okay? So with that, what's going on, I definitely would like to see the city of Cerritos pay more attention to it and, you know, the growth of the sport. Because like Shin was saying earlier, every time I go to the tennis court at Liberty Park, and even yesterday I went to CPE, hardly anyone playing tennis. Considering myself, I've been playing tennis since I was in high school. Now I've been hooked by, you know, pickleball. So, and then I have suggested that the sports can actually generate revenue for our own city. Okay, I have multiple ideas, and I have suggested that to the city council, and then I'll be happy to discuss that with the staff and give them ideas how that can be done and what they can generate the revenue. Okay, and not to mention that it may become an Olympic sport very soon. Okay, so it is definitely growing. Los Angeles is the second largest city in the United States. And we're actually in the county of Los Angeles, which is running behind the county of Orange. Okay, so while our city of Cerritos is
Mr. Lloyd, your time is running out.
May I have another minute, please?
Okay, I'm just trying to be fair to you also.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. So because of that, I definitely like to see our city of Cerritos, considering that we actually started much, much ahead of other cities, that we at the city will also put more emphasis on how to take advantage of this sport, how it can benefit our city, how it can generate revenue for our cities. Okay, so I won't get into the details, and I'll be happy to discuss all that. And then I'm hoping that the city will consider that. And usually it begins with the Parks and Recreation Commission and, Parks and Recreation Commission discuss it, and then we'll make a recommendation to the city council, and then the city council will consider that, and then hopefully we'll turn it into reality. So I hope that's the direction what the city of Cerritos would take going forward, and then I can see nothing but growth, okay? And then it's very easy for me to even show and to demonstrate that to our own city and any of the staff or the planning commission or city council. Thank you so much. Have a nice evening.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Teddy Lloyd. Okay, do we have any other speakers? Okay, seeing none, then we are going to close the this section of the meeting for public comments. Yeah, just a comment here. I just came back from a event in Orange County. It was at a Renaissance Hotel, and it was a industrial business fair, and there was a booth. They was promoting pickleball. And I said, what are you guys doing here? I mean, this is something else, But they said, this is the fastest growing sport. It's a global sport. And we just want to get the word out to everybody that this is a very neat sport that everybody should be, all age groups should be playing. So anyway, just a comment. Okay, I guess the next item is item 7. Mr. Patel, item 7, the consent calendar?
Yes,
Or
this
did I
is the approval of the
Yes.
minutes.
This is for the approval of the minutes, and the minutes have been crafted, minutes have been circulated. Do we have a motion to approve the minutes?
I move to approve.
Okay,
second.
so we have a motion to approve, and we have a motion to approve. All in favor? Say aye.
Electronic voting is activated on your screen.
Oh yeah, I forget about that.
Thank you. Motion passes 4-0. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, item number 8, which is new and old business. 8A, Mr. Patel, do we have any report on this item?
Yes, thank you, Chairperson. Pat Nag, item 8A is the review and consideration of the evaluation of the 2026 Youth Basketball League and Awards Program. Recreation Services Supervisor Sergio Alvarez will be providing this report this evening. Mr. Alvarez?
Thank you, Mr. Patel. Chairperson Pat Nag, members of the commission, it is my pleasure to present highlights of the 2026 City of Cerritos Youth Basketball League and Awards Program. If I may, please direct your attention to the screen. The 2026 Youth Basketball League began on Saturday, January 10th, and concluded with an award ceremony on Monday, March 16th. 335 youth ranging in age from 5 to 13 participated on 39 teams. The age division breakdown was as follows: 4 co-ed Rookie 1 teams for 5-year-olds, 4 co-ed Rookie 2 teams for 6-year-olds, 4 co-ed Rookie 3 teams for 7-year-olds, 4 girls Pee Wee division teams for 8 and 9-year-olds, 5 girls elementary/intermediate division teams for 10 to 13-year-olds, 6 boys Pee Wee division teams for 8 and 9-year-olds, 6 boys elementary division teams for 10 and 11-year-olds, and finally 6 boys intermediate division teams for 12 and 13-year-olds. This year's league consisted of 90% Cerritos residents. Games were held at the community gymnasiums at Cerritos and Whitney High Schools. Practices were held indoors at the community gyms at Cerritos and Whitney High Schools, as well as outdoors at Cerritos Park East and Heritage Park. 53 volunteer coaches contributed an estimated 2,814 hours throughout the season. All volunteers are required to complete a thorough background screening, including fingerprint submission, and attend a mandatory coaches meeting that reinforces the values of the city's youth sports philosophy. Prior to the season, staff and officials participated in a preseason trainings. These trainings covered topics such as game site supervision, conflict resolution, officiating mechanics, and league management. 15 scorekeepers and 26 referees provided quality service throughout the season. Highlights from the season included a coach's fun game that was held on Friday, January 30th, 2026, giving coaches the opportunity to showcase their skills alongside their fellow coaches. Families filled the stands, cheering them on with handmade signs and enthusiastic support, creating a fun, spirited atmosphere for all in attendance. Volunteer coaches were provided with a Sportsmanship Matters keychain to present to a player on the opposing team who demonstrated outstanding sportsmanship following games on Saturday, February 21st. This sportsmanship award reinforces the city's youth sports philosophy. Pictured are a few recipients proudly displaying their keychains. On Wednesday, March 4th, a parent-child two-ball shooting contest was held at the community gym at Cerritos High School for 8 to 13-year-olds. 36 parent-child teams competed in this 1-minute intergenerational shooting competition for a chance to compete in the finals during awards night. To cap off the season, an awards night was held on Monday, March 16th at Gar High School Gymnasium. Highlights of the evening included National Anthem performance by Whitney High School student and Cerritos resident Anish Vasishta, parent and child two-ball contest. Finalists competed for first and second place. The City of Cerritos City Council and Parks and Recreation Commission presented awards to the participants and ended the evening with teams gathering for group photos to commemorate their accomplishments. Overall, the 2026 Youth Basketball League was a success, providing youth with the opportunity to develop basketball skills, participate in a fun and engaging recreational league, build new friendships, and learn the value of sportsmanship and teamwork. The program also encouraged children to get active and enjoy the benefits of playing sports. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank each volunteer coach, parent, participant, official, and scorekeeper for their dedication and patience throughout the season. It is recommended that the Parks and Recreation Commission review the information provided in this report, receive public comments, and receive and file this report. That will conclude my report. I would be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Mr. Sergio Alvarez. Very nicely put together. Great report. Very descriptive with lots of nice pictures. Thank you again for all the great presentation you did. Any comments, questions from my fellow commissioners?
Since I was the only one that went, I thoroughly enjoyed that and the soccer awards that we always have. The basketball was great. I really enjoyed the way you guys put it together, and then the way they have the shooting matches going on. I really liked that. I really enjoy it, and it was great. I really liked it a lot.
Thank you. Any others? Jose, any comments? No? Great. Thank you. I would like now to open it up for any public comments on this item. I guess seeing none, we'll close this item. Okay.
If I may, we will need a motion to.
Sure. Yeah,
receive
I
and
was
file.
going to do
Thank
that.
you.
So do we have a motion to receive and file this report? Anyone trying to make a motion, wanting to make a motion?
I'll move.
Okay.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion which has been received and all in favor. Okay, I guess I make the same mistake again. I'm so used to the old way of doing things.
Motion passes 4-0. Thank you.
Thank you. I guess the next item is item number 8B. Mr. Patel, do we have a report on this?
Yes, thank you, Chairperson Patnaik. Item 8B is the review and consideration of an informational review of the athletic field allocation process. This evening, this presentation will be provided by Recreation Services Administrator Jill Toda. Ms. Toda?
Thank you, Mr. Patel. Chairperson Pat Naik, members of the commission. It is my pleasure to present to you item 8B, review and consideration of an information review of the athletic field allocation process. There are a total of 7 softball fields, 5 baseball fields, 6 soccer fields, and 1 multi-purpose field that are owned and operated by the City of Cerritos. The fields are heavily utilized for instructional classes, city sports leagues, and resident reservations. In addition, the city has a master joint use agreement with the ABC Unified School District that allows school sports teams to utilize the city's athletic fields. The fields are in high demand and the number of fields is constrained, so the availability of the fields is extremely limited. The City of Cerritos has a policy and procedurals manual, which is approved by the City Council, which provides guidelines for all city operations and activities. In Section 7.08.010, the city facility use and rental policy is featured. It establishes the criteria that any community group must undergo to seek city approval for use of facilities on an annual basis. Use includes meeting rooms and athletic spaces. To ensure equitable access to city facilities for both local, nonprofit sports organizations and residents, the city administers a biannual field allocation process. Groups interested must first become a recognized Cerritos community organization. The application process requires each group to submit the following each calendar year for consideration: a community organization application, current organization membership roster, proof of registration as a nonprofit corporation with the state of California and the Internal Revenue Services, a current copy of their organization bylaws, certificate of liability insurance, and endorsement naming the City of Cerritos as additional insured. Once approved, groups are given a classification: Class A, organizations comprised of at least 51% Cerritos residents, or Class B, organizations comprised of at least 25% Cerritos residents, or have 50 or more Cerritos residents on their roster. In January of 2023, the Cerritos City Council approved the creation of an additional class, Class G, for those prospective groups seeking athletic fields who did not qualify for Class A or Class B status, but had rosters consisting of at least 12 or more Cerritos residents. Those organizations could only receive field allocations after Class A or B groups have completed the field allocation process. After the community organization approval process, sports organizations seeking an athletic field allocation must submit a formal written request for field use as part of the city's field allocation process. The city's field allocation process consists of 2 allocation periods. The winter-spring allocation period is from February through June, and the summer-fall period is from August through December. Each allocation period, field priority is given to the sport that is in season. For winter-spring, priority is given to baseball and softball teams, and for summer-fall, priority is given to soccer teams. In 2025 and 2026, there were 4 youth groups that participated in the field allocation process. Groups use soccer, baseball, softball, and multi-purpose fields. Fields are allocated at Heritage Park, Cerritos Park East, Liberty Park, and the Cerritos Sports Complex. Due to the proximity to homes, lack of lights, and restrooms, the fields at neighborhood parks are not typically allocated. Field time is allocated based on the number of verified residents on each organization's roster. For baseball and softball, groups are allocated 7 hours every week for every 12 Cerritos residents on their roster. For soccer, groups are allocated 7 hours every week for every 15 Cerritos residents on their roster. And for volleyball groups, they're allocated 7 hours every week for every 10 Cerritos residents on their roster. Throughout the allocation process, staff makes every effort to ensure minimum allocations are met to accommodate each group's practice and games. Any additional field usage over an organization's weekly entitlement is charged at a rate of $15 an hour per field. Recreation staff oversee the field usage and monitor the usage, and in the event that an organization is not utilizing them, they are relinquished back to the city. Not only does the city allocate fields to approved community organizations, the fields are also utilized by local ABC Unified School District high schools and Valley Christian schools. A Cerritos resident is also eligible to reserve a field under two different classifications. Class C. A Cerritos resident may reserve one field per calendar month up to 3 months in advance for no fee, and an additional free monthly use can be made for up to 1 week in advance. These reservations can be made for 1.5 hours for friends and family use only. Or Class F. A Cerritos resident can coordinate one field reservation per week up to 3 days in advance for a non-approved group or team for $15 per hour. A maximum of 1.5 hours can be reserved. Groups not coordinated by a Cerritos resident are unable to reserve a field at Heritage Park, Liberty Park, Cerritos Park East, or neighborhood parks. At Cerritos Park East, non-residents may reserve one field per calendar month up to 1 week in advance for no fee. Additional free monthly use may be reserved for up to 3 days in advance at no fee. A maximum of 1.5 hours can be reserved for each reservation. The city welcomes the community to enjoy its facilities for recreational use and is committed to providing access to its residents. However, individualized private trainings or organized team practices without a reservation or a permit are not allowed per the city's municipal code. The city's Parks Tree Maintenance Division are responsible for maintaining the athletic fields, and recreation staff work closely with them, coordinating annual closures for maintenance, repairs, and turf recovery. Fields may also be closed due to inclement weather or when conditions are unsafe for the users or could result in damage to the playing surface. This concludes my report. It is recommended that the Parks and Recreation Commission review the information provided in this report, receive public comments, and receive and file this report. That concludes my report, and I'd be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you, Ms. Tora, for this excellent and a detailed report. I guess this is just a reaffirmation of what the rules are, right? And I'm sure that I know we had some supposedly organized teams that came in, but then they fell short of meeting the rules and regulations. And I'm sure it is also posted on the website. So that's a question I'm asking you.
Yes, thank you for the question. The policies and procedures are listed on the city's website, as well as the community organization application and how to go about becoming an approved group. They all are listed on the city's website under recreation. If you search community organizations, you can find all of that information on the website.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Tora. Any other questions, comments from?
I have a question.
Yes.
Have you considered looking at the other surrounding cities as to how they do their field allocation process?
Yes, thank you for the question. We have done surveys before with other cities, surrounding cities, and in other cities, they either have a higher threshold for resident numbers or they're about the same as ours.
Thank you. Thank you.
Any other questions, comments, observations? None? Okay, I guess I would now like to open this for any public comments. Okay, yes, Mr. Lloyd.
Thank you so much. I have a question because I wanted to know if for the staff, does that include, again, the city's pickleball courts? That one time I made a suggestion for the city council that some organizations may like to rent, say, the pickleball courts for a event. Last time I was at the city of Cypress, they ran their own event for a Saturday. I think it was about a month ago. And then It lasted for like a Saturday morning, and the turnout was great. So maybe last year, I made a suggestion to the city council. How about make that available, let's say, at Liberty Park? Because Liberty Park currently has 8 pickleball courts occupying the 2 tennis courts. And then I see a lot of these organizations, they may not be with the city of Cerritos, but they will organize an event, and they actually will pay the city for using those 8 pickleball courts, let's say for 3 hours, 4 hours. And in so doing, they're actually using our city's park, location for an event that actually will benefit the city of Cerritos, because many of those people will come and sign up for the event and then pay the organizer. And then the organizer will pay to the city of Cerritos for using that space. And in return, that many of those participants may even go and check out, let's say, the auto mall, or may go into the restaurants nearby. And all of those actions can actually generate revenue for the city of Cerritos. So with that in mind, I hope that the Parks and Recreation Commission consider that, and for especially, we discussed earlier, it's the fastest growing sport. Therefore, they can organize these events. And then when I saw that happen at the city of Cypress just a month ago, I was sort of surprised, because in the beginning they said, oh, we don't have anything. But then the city of Cypress went in and started having these events there. And then the turnout was more than they expected. So in any case, please think about that. Please consider that as an option for our city of Cerritos. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lloyd. Yeah, I'm sorry I skipped. I kind of jumped. There was a. Yeah, go ahead. Kathy, you mentioned, right? Oh, David. Yes, David. You can blame Teddy Lloyd for that, okay?
I will make no comment in reference to that. I am disappointed, this isn't in my speech, I'm disappointed that there aren't more people here speaking. So I'll take the majority of the 45 minutes that you're going to allow for this section. I just have 4 categories here that I would like to comment on this report. So a few weeks ago, there was this is in reference to the group classification section. Several weeks ago, there was on the city council agenda, there was a topic about teleconferencing and public meeting access, and on that report, there was attached to the report the Group A, Group B, Group C people. So I think that would have been helpful if maybe you would see who the people are that are Group A, Group B, Group C, Group F, if you were going to make any changes. In reference to the field allocation process, again, many of us are hoping that we're going to look more at introducing flag football for girls, a very growing sport. And so I would hope that when we get to the field allocation process, if that occurs, that it would be, given a fair amount within whichever period. And volleyball was just mentioned, but I'm assuming that that's not allocated field space. It's only allocated indoor space at the school gyms. And then in reference to the use of fields by other organizations, that talks about the high schools, but it doesn't spell out what the agreements are and the priorities are, and what happens if Whitney wants to move their tennis program from the regional park to wouldn't it be nice if it was Cerritos Park East, if there was tennis available for Whitney there. And then my last question would be, what's the position on El Rancho Verde Park? Again, it's a neighborhood park, and the comment that I would have about that is that we see a lot of business being done there, that there are groups that are coming in and maybe small groups, but in any event, are charging a fee for using that facility. And again, it's a split park, more or less, but on the other hand, it is prepared and managed more or less by the city of Cerritos. So be glad to further investigate any of those issues if you'd like to discuss them. Thank you.
I have a comment.
Okay, yes, go ahead, please.
Mr. Lloyd, you bring up a good point. I think about the revenue generating potential for our, field allocation and space like that. I do think that, especially in challenging budget times, like this year and the following year, the city should challenge itself and look at different ways and really revisit and kind of evaluate, are there ways that we could be making additional revenue from our field rental space? So, and would that mean either amending the code or revisiting the policies and procedures? It's just something I'm thinking about, right? Like I have had conversations around, we used to have big soccer tournaments here in the city. And I think, Mr. Lloyd, you bring up a good point that a big regional event that draws people to the space has benefits for the city as a whole by being able to draw in, hundreds of people that would then go out and eat in restaurants or like grab a movie between games and things like that. And so I do think that the city should at least take the time to start to think about those things and really, take a strategic approach, possibly, I know money's tight, but is it possible to like work with a consultant to maybe look at different models and best practices in other cities for using field allocation and leveraging our park resources to generate more funds for the city. So I just wanted to put that out there, and that's something I think maybe at a certain point I'd like to talk to some of our council members about and agendizing that for council.
If I may, Commissioner, thank you for the comment. It's actually a very timely comment. The City Council has directed staff to research all fees that the city charges, not only in recreation, but community development, community safety. So they have hired a consultant that is reviewing all of the fees, including fields and how much we charge to better, increase revenue in some of the areas that you've already mentioned. So that study is in progress, and that will go before council later on this year. So I think they're kind of in the same mindset as you as to look for additional revenues. So definitely thank you for the comment.
I appreciate that. And really, the idea is not to price out residents from using our own facilities. It's not to, limit and only say we're going to use fields for people who are willing to pay for it. That's not the intention. But I do think, just from personal observation, that although there is demand, just observationally, I do see underuse, what seems like underuse to me, of different fields. And so, empty fields, let's find a way to leverage that and make money for the city. So that's where I'm at. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for that comment. And I see a lot of folks coming from other cities, i.e. Long Beach, Cypress, Norwalk, and, using our resources, because I think we are the best equipped as far as having all these facilities. So obviously, I think when the studies are going to be made, you're going to take into account what the other cities charge, like not necessarily the names that I did mention, but could be Irvine and all that. So, yeah, thank you for that comment. Okay, I guess we'll have to have a motion to receive and file this report. So, do we have a motion?
I'll motion to receive and file.
Anyone
Second.
second? Yeah, all right. Okay, let's go back on the screen and vote for it.
Jose.
Jose.
I second.
Motion passes 4-0. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's go to item number 9. These are the reports. Mr. Patel, do we have a report on this particular item.
Thank you, Chairperson Pat Naik. Recreation Services Administrator Jill Toda will be providing an update on recreation services programs and events. Ms. Toda?
Thank you, Mr. Patel. Chairperson Pat Naik, members of the commission. In the months of May and June, Recreation Services will be offering a variety of programs for all ages. Summer registration for the summer edition of the Community Services Program began on Saturday, May 2nd at 10 a.m. for Cerritos residents. Non-resident registration for all classes will begin on Friday, May 8th at 10 a.m. The program features an assortment of activities for all ages. Popular offerings include learn to swim classes, day camps, fitness activities, dance classes, and much more. Registration for the city's youth soccer program is also underway. Resident registration began on Saturday, May 2nd at 10 a.m., and non-residents may begin registering online on Saturday, May 9th at 10 a.m. The Youth Soccer League is offered to kids ages 5 to 13 and runs through the first week of August. Share your love of soccer with the next generation. Whether you're a parent, grandparent, or simply a fan of the game, you're invited to serve as a youth sports volunteer coach for the upcoming season. Volunteers must be 18 years or older and complete a certification process, including fingerprinting and attendance at a mandatory preseason meeting. To learn more, please contact the Cerritos Sports Complex at 562-916-8590. Adult CPR is being offered on Wednesday, May 13th from 4:30 to 7:30 p.m. at Cerritos Park East. Participants age 12 to adult who successfully complete the course will receive a 2-year certificate from the American Red Cross. The cost is $26 plus a $25 materials fee. Try something new in the pool this summer for youth ages 8 to 17 years old. Fundamentals of Water Polo class at the Cerritos Swim Center. Space is still available in Summer 1 session on Tuesdays and Thursdays, June 2nd to July 2nd, from 9 to 9:45 a.m. Learn game rules, ball control, passing, shooting, and basic play. The prerequisite is Barracuda level swimming skills. The cost is $43 for residents and $65 for non-residents. A teen workshop titled The Difference Between a Job and a Career is being offered on Saturday, June 6th from 10 to 11:30 a.m. at Heritage Park. The workshop is free for teens ages 13 to 18 and is designed to clarify the distinction and guide teens through the process of exploring professional paths. On Saturday, June 6th at Heritage Park, a youth basketball clinic is also being offered for kids ages 7 to 13 years old from 10 to 11:30 a.m. Recreation staff will teach fundamental skills such as dribbling, passing, and shooting. Teamwork and sportsmanship will also be emphasized. The cost is $10 for residents and $15 for non-residents. A youth basketball camp is being held Monday, June 8th through Friday, June 12th from 10 a.m. to noon at Heritage Park. 7 to 13-year-old boys and girls will participate in this week-long camp, improving their basketball skills from former college and high school players. The cost is $100 for residents and $150 for non-residents. The Cerritos Ironwood 9 Golf Course will host Little Kids Golf School for 5 to 7-year-olds starting on Tuesdays and Thursdays, June 9th through June 18th from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Golfers will receive basic instruction on driving range and putting green, and Loner Cubs clubs will be available for children to use. Registration is $26 for Cerritos residents and $39 for non-residents. Summer chess camp begins on Monday, June 15th through Friday, June 19th from 10 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. at Heritage Park. From beginners to advanced, participants age 5 to 16 will learn rules, practice all skills, plan and recognize tactical patterns. A class tournament will be held at the end of the week for a chance to win a medal and trophies. Participants are encouraged to bring a snack and a drink to class. The cost is $195 for residents and $282 for non-residents. On Friday, June 26th, Friday Night Kids is being held at the community gym at Whitney High School from 6 to 9 p.m. Parents can take the evening off while children ages 8 to 12 years old have fun participating in organized relay races, games, crafts, contests, and free play. Dinner is included and pre-registration is required. The cost is $30 for residents and $45 for non-residents. To learn about these activities, please refer to the Community Services Program. You may also contact the Recreation Services Division at 562-916-1254 for more information. That concludes my report. My colleagues and I would be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Ms. Tora. I think we offer, as a city, a tremendous amount of resources for the residents. I have a comment or a question to you. You touched upon some kind of a class at one of the parks, I guess. Is this something to enhance people's knowledge in certain skill sets, or what exactly you meant by that? Or what did you allude to that? What were you alluding?
Thank you for the question, Commissioner. I imagine you're talking about the teen workshop, the difference between a career and a job.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. So we offer quarterly teen workshops on a variety of topics. This just kind of helps teens get a sense of idea of what's the difference between a job and a long-term career.
Right.
So we kind of just lay out the parameters or the idea of what a job would be versus what your end goal as a career would be. So it's more of allowing them to interact with other teens and get a sense of what they may want to do as a career further down the road as they approach college.
So, would it be proper to say that something along the lines, I know at the senior center, financial literacy is done, but for budding youngsters who are just in senior, some of them, I can say my son, was pretty bad in managing his financial thing. So, having some kind of a financial literacy program, would that be appropriate in a forum like this, or is it something outside the scope of our?
It is appropriate. Thank you for the question. It is appropriate, and we have done budgeting workshops as part of this teen series. So budgeting, creating budgeting, financing, all of that stuff we do introduce, and we have held a workshop on that topic recently. So it's definitely something that we look to do, and we're open to any suggestions you have for future teen workshops.
And it's not going to cost the city any money as such, because I'll bet you there'll be a lot of businesses, the banks, the insurance people, who would love to do and conduct these type of seminars and workshops. So this is something I would like for the staff to broach and see what we could do down the road. Because this is something of value. Some of the youngsters don't care about their credit, but they don't understand how important credit is. How to manage their finances, how to manage their own budget, personal budgets. So this is something I would like to do for the sake of the youngsters who are aspiring to go to college and making a career down the road. Okay.
Thank you.
Any other comments, questions? So do we make a motion here to accept and file the report, or are we done? Okay, we're done. All right. So now we are item number 9B, which is the reports from the Parks and Recreation Commissioners. Lena, we'll start with you.
What have I been doing?
Yeah.
Well, I did go to the St. Patrick's Day luncheon at the Senior Center. I did go to the Spring Fling. I went to the basketball awards night. I went to the Milking Cow statue cutting ribbon. And honestly, I can't remember what else. But I have been busy, and that's where I've gone.
Thank you. I know you're a busy person. You're there everywhere.
She's so good. I have no report.
Yeah, I've attended a few events. The Milking Cow was probably the best. That was a beautiful sculpture made, and took a lot of photographs, a lot of pictures, and there were a lot of people there on that particular day. So I think kudos to staff for organizing a wonderful event as far as milking the cow is concerned. Jose?
I would like to report that on Saturday morning of April 25th, I attended the formal unveiling of the sculptured cow named Bessie to celebrate the 70th anniversary of the incorporation or City of Cerritos, which in 1956 carried the name of Dairy Valley. It was only in 1967 that the name was changed to the City of Cerritos, and this event was held at the Cerritos Civic Center. In the afternoon of the same day, I attended the Spring Fling and Fireworks Spectacular to celebrate the City of Cerritos' 70th anniversary. The crowd was treated to dance recital of many groups, which were mostly children as young as 5 years old and above. There was also local events, local talents that were showcased that day. The older crowd, which included some council members and city staff, and I got to learn how to do the line dance in the late afternoon. That was fun. Everyone had a great time at the Cerritos Sports Complex where the event was held. That is my report for tonight.
Well, I'd just like to make one last comment. You know, I always say that Los Angeles is the sporting destination of the world, right? We got the soccer coming up. We got the we have the Olympics in about 3 years' time. And when I walk the parks, man, it's just buzzing with activities, you know, the soccer and pickleball, tennis, people jogging, walking. And, you know, I go around, I have a sales job pretty much. I don't go to all the 88 cities in LA County or 36 cities in Orange County, but the amount of, the number of parks that we have, the facilities, the finest amenities equipped with the best staff that we have, I think we should give a pat on our back. And, you know, we are in awe to many of the cities in LA County as well as Orange County. So viewers, take advantage of all the facilities that we have in our great city of Cerritos. That's my final comment and closing remark.
I have one comment. Before we forget, we have the 5K walk run. I'd like to have everybody sit there and remember, get your partners, get your group ready, and get ready to walk.
Thank you.
Yes.
Oh, go ahead, Jose.
One final comment. I would like to urge the seniors to participate in that walk run, especially in the walk, since we seniors, especially those who are age 50 and up, sometimes we have a problem running. So let's join by doing the walk.
Okay, I guess if there's no other business, I would like to adjourn tonight's meeting. Thank you, everybody. Thank you to the staff. Thank you to all the attendees. And thank you to all the viewers and my friends here on the commission. Thank you.